It can be frustrating when you're doing a lot of self-awareness and personal development work to feel like your partner isn't committed to it in the same way you are. You can't change your partner, but that doesn't mean there isn't a way to encourage their evolution. However, there are deeper reasons as to why you feel discomfort when you look at their attitude and behavior. Deeper than your desire for them to change is a judgment you feel about yourself. When you're worried that your partner won't see your evolution, you automatically project that fear onto them as a defense mechanism. You see your partner in the way you're afraid of being seen. You might be afraid that someone will accuse you of being inconsiderate, not caring enough, or being selfish. And so you become hypersensitive to the ways your partner isn't considering you. That means that even if they are trying and growing, it won't ever be fast enough or good enough because your blind spots are hiding unacknowledged dissatisfaction about yourself. If you're worried about someone thinking you are inconsiderate, not only do you focus inwardly and actually become less considerate, but instead of seeing all of the thoughtful actions your partner takes on a daily basis, you will hone in on everything that is missing. That means it isn't your partner's lack of change that is the problem. If you believe you aren't good enough, you will see your partner and even your life through the same lens, and it'll create an underlying dissatisfaction regardless of the work they put in. They won't be doing enough work quickly enough. It won't be perfect enough, and you'll see every error they are making. This is clearly detrimental to your relationship, and it doesn't actually encourage them to make the changes you want made. And it is all based on stories you tell yourself that aren't necessarily true. It may not be true that they aren't trying and growing. It might just be that you aren't seeing all of the minute ways they have made steps in the right direction. But if you keep ignoring the little steps, you'll never experience the big ones. Change is akin to filling a bucket of water. You both agreed to fill the bucket, and because of that agreement, you believe the bucket should be filled overnight. In reality, change is more akin to using a dropper to fill a bucket one drop at a time. If you aren't proactively and generously looking for it, you will probably miss it. When you stop expecting them to be different, your energy changes. You see them differently, and you stop withholding love from them when they don't behave the way you want. When you stop withholding love, you also stop blocking the flow of energies in your relationship. You eliminate stagnation. This alone can be extremely transformative in your partnership. First, because you aren't as bogged down emotionally, and second, because an energy can move that will never move when you're keeping it in a frustrated holding pattern, built out of disadvantageous expectations. When you change this template, you will immediately, and I mean overnight, see a change in your relationship dynamic. In large part, your beliefs about your partner and who they should be pigeonholes them into your expected behavior. When you make space in your mind for them to be who they are and you remain patient, you present yourself in a more nurturing way to the relationship itself, which gives it space to grow in a more organic direction. So instead of trying to change your partner, there are a few things you must do to create space for them to evolve. Part of this is about safety. How do you feel when someone wants you to change against your will? Or when someone doesn't think you're good enough just the way you are? Does it make you feel like you're on the same team? No? Well, that's exactly what your partner is feeling from you. The first thing is be okay with them never changing. This may seem counterintuitive to just accept that they'll never grow up, but this step isn't for them, it's for you. You are the one uncomfortable and in pain when you look at them. Therefore, you must first alleviate your discomfort by changing your expectations and demands. When you demand someone change, you are the one who is giving your power and responsibility away. You're at their whim. No matter how badly you want change, if they don't feel like it and don't care, you are the only one who hurts. You have to take your power back by making their actions irrelevant to your state of being. Do not mistake this for accepting a bad relationship. That's a different topic entirely. First and foremost, you have to come to terms with your own discomfort and the stories you tell yourself. You must change your stories so that you no longer use them as an excuse to limit your own development. It's a sneaky way that you halt your own growth and sabotage your relationship. Ultimately, I am talking to people who love their partner. If you are in a toxic relationship, you probably have some lessons to learn about endurism and your codependent patterns. What I'm asking from you is to aim to a higher ideal. It is easy to want to be right in your relationship, but that makes you an antagonist to your partner. You don't want to always be in competition with your partner. Sometimes it's better to drop certain expectations that aren't working so that more organic expansion can occur. This often means you must go first. The longer you wait for your partner to change and the more you expect them to go first, the more you're putting yourself at a disadvantage while also keeping yourself further from what you actually want, a loving partnership. It is your job as someone who is developing their self-awareness to learn to see what your partner does not. Not so you can project and tell them who they should be so that you can feel good when you look at them, but instead so you can help them be better as a team. It is important to step outside of your short-term frustrations and desires and aim for a higher ideal in your partnership. Be the bigger, better person because you know in the long run, having a better connection is your goal. Being right in the short-term moment is not. When you do that, you change. When you change, your energy changes. When your energy changes, your experience of your partner changes. And that's our goal. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening all the way through this video. If something pushed your buttons, I hope you'll push my like button and let me know in the comments which areas kind of triggered you or raised questions. I'm sure you're not alone in that, and it's super beneficial for everyone to be workshopping this stuff together because we're all trying to improve our relationships. If you want to continue to improve your relationships, over here is the next video you should watch to take your relationship to the next level.